you have access to every question and the solution to every problem, and it all lies within you. However, it's like that clever dude Einstein says, you can't fix a problem on the same level of consciousness that created it. And that's where QHHT is such a wonderful tool. Quantum healing hypnosis technique. In this technique, we go into the subconscious mind, which is a gateway to all sorts of frequencies of information, including the Akashic records, and it's even a gateway to our eternal dimension, to the eternal dimension. There's only one. And so in this video, I'd like to share with you the best formulated questions that you can bring to a QHHT session to get the answers and solutions to whatever problems you're facing right now. So, again, and I'm Tina Worthey with Open Heart, Open Mind, because I believe that with an open heart, tapping into that love, kindness, and open mind, awareness, different than the ego stuff, that anything is possible. Talking about the quantum levels here, because on the quantum levels, there is no space and time. And that is the deepest level that we're tapping into during a quantum healing hypnosis session. So I advise my clients to have categories of questions. For instance, relationships, health and healing, life decisions and choices, metaphysical and spiritual questions. And with each of these categories, you want to avoid yes-no questions, because remember, we have free will, and higher, I prefer to call it your subconscious. I prefer to call it higher self, because that's what we're tapping into. We're tapping into the levels underneath the conscious analytical mind, the ego. So the higher self isn't going to answer yes and no questions. It's going to turn that back to you. Well, what do you want? And we will support you. And the other questions you don't want to ask are should questions, like, should I end this relationship? A better question would be, how can we improve this relationship? Or has this relationship run its course to the best possible outcome of all involved? Other relationship questions, other than when will I meet my soulmate, perhaps what do I need to clear in myself in order to find my soulmate? Things like this. You become co-creator in your reality, but with the power of your more expansive self, your divine team. I'd call it the divine team. And for levels of information. Let's see. You want to ask questions that are important and relevant to you. With health and healing, instead of will I ever heal, ask what is the root cause behind this condition, and what am I to learn from it, or what haven't I learned yet that it's still manifesting? Is healing appropriate? And if so, what steps do I need to take in order to heal myself? These are the type of questions that your higher self is more than happy to answer. With life decisions, who are the people that can best help me moving forward with my creative goals? Instead of asking, should I move to this or that place, ask, what are the pros and cons of moving to this location? Or what are the best ways I can facilitate this change for the best possible outcome? You can also ask what I call metaphysical questions. Have I been in past lives with family members? Are there any soul connections beyond this incarnation? What is the shift, and how can I best support my goal of shifting? Dietary questions. What are the best foods for my body? Sometimes we can even access other souls who have already departed and invite them in. Sometimes we invite, sometimes they come, sometimes they don't. But when they do, they often have lovely messages for the person asking the questions. And most of all, you just get such clarity, such profound realization that we are so much more than this limited lifetime. We are multifaceted, multidimensional beings, spiritual beings of energy, and you will definitely discover your most powerful core self. If you're curious about QHHT and would like to learn more, I've included some links down below to some of the books written by Dolores Cannon, who invented this technique. And a lot of the books are written on the information she received from some of her clients, including one that lived during the time of Jesus, and some information about Notre Dame, and information about star seeds and galactic federations, and all sorts of really cool metaphysical and spiritual information. And then more recently, her daughter, Julia Cannon, has also written a book called Soul Speak, where she talks about how the body is the language, the body-mind-soul connection, and how every physical ailment is a message of some kind. So how to read the body from a spiritual perspective. I just can't wait to facilitate a QHHT session for you. With an open heart and an open mind, anything is possible.